What's going on, YouTube? Hope everybody's doing good this Saturday. Let me show you a little something what I got going on. I'm working on this 64 Fairlane. It came out with a regular 289, 3-speed on the column. So we're going back with 347 stroker, 5-speed manual. I've already got the interior and stuff done. Working on the linkage for the gas. So the original gas linkage, this is what's on the firewall. It goes down inside that hole. That's where your pedal connects. But when it sets on the firewall, when you raise the pedal up, it puts this part right here up against my intake. So there's no way for it to hook up to the gas. So I went online and got to searching for the original linkage, and back here is a big tower of linkages. So when you're full throttle in there, that piece lays against my intake. But what it does is, on the original one, it pushed down and pulled another one up on the front to pull your throttle back. And so instead of going back with trying to find one of those, I found one online for about 160 bucks. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and move this one in to where that center mark is at right there. And then that mark that's in the center of the rod, that way when it's full throttle, it won't touch my firewall. And when you're off throttle, it will work with the gas linkage. So I'm gonna get this cut and TIG welded up, and I'll show you what I've got in the end. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. Before, this piece was out here, welded on out there, and this was at the end of it. And like I said in my earlier video, it was hitting the intake. So what I've done is I notched out that rod so it would slide on, and you can see I've kind of got a center point. I'm gonna put it back on the car and let the pedal lay all the way down and get this right, and then I'll TIG weld it. I'll TIG weld it around here. All right, so I got the piece put back in, and you can see the excess that I cut off over there. So right now it's all the way back against the firewall, and it's flat to the floor in here as far as it'll go down. So when that pedal is raised up in there, my rod, will be like right in there out here. So all I gotta do is make a rod that'll fit here, or buy something that's aftermarket and adjustable so that it will pull it wide open. All right, guys, this is what I got, guys and gals. I cut off all the excess over on that side because this arm right here was over here. It was laying against the intake. So I cut it off, and then I TIG welded it onto the inside. Got my right angle, bought me a piece of 1/4-inch rod from Tractor Supply, welded a bolt onto the end so that I would be able to have a jam nut and something to screw onto. Went to O'Reilly, bought this 1/4x28. They call it a ball joint, but it works flawlessly. It's got, your round ball on the inside. Put a 1/4-inch ply lock nut, drilled the shaft back there in the back, if it'll focus, so that I could put a washer to keep it from coming off. And sometimes you just got to fabricate stuff up, because like I said in the earlier video, that contraption that fits on the original 289 intake, it sets up real high, and it's boxy, and it's got several arms, because this shaft made it go down and it made the other go up so that it would pull back. But as you can see, my pedal and all looks good on the inside, and works great. Wide open throttle. Now all I gotta do is just fix a spring return back, get me a plate. I think I may have one laying around somewhere. But listen, restoration work's not as easy as what they make it, some people make it out to be, because when things don't work and you need to get something to work, you got to make it work. So that there turned out really good. I'm really excited with that. Customer, he'll be happy. But listen, you just got to do what you got to do. You got to just cut it up sometimes and re-weld it. Learn a trade. Learn how to weld and fabricate and how to grind and cut. The tools are not that expensive. This one here was pretty expensive, but the others are from just Harbor Freight. The mask is from Harbor Freight. The earmuffs is from Harbor Freight. It don't cost a whole lot, but learn a trade and you'll be unstoppable in life. Later.